It's something that happened when I stopped performing. Not the dramatic version. Not the I burnt everything down and walked away version. The quiet version, the version where I just stopped. I kind of just stopped managing how I came across to people, calibrating myself like in every single room, taking like shrinking the parts of me that made me, that made me dance and sing so certain people can be very comfortable. And what happened after that, when I expected I was doing these things and I changed? Hmm. Can we talk about that? For those of you who are new here in 20 years, I work in the human service field alongside women with some children and families. And this is the empowerment of it. This is where we get a little real. This is where I get a lot real. Those circles. So come on, let's get to it. What I kind of realized is that stopping the performance is the one decision, and it's not one decision. It's a thousand small ones. And in the moment you say something honest in a room where you safe thing, it is the moment you show up somewhere as your full self, fully without the careful editing. Don't get me wrong, a good person. I'm a good person. But we always have this way of having some people happy. Maybe it's an empath in us, and you let what happened happen. In the moment you stop rehearsing how you are going to come across and just come across. It is the moment you decide that being seen actually matters more than, you know, being seen favorably. And those moments add up very slowly, quietly, into something that starts to feel like freedom. Yeah, like very freeing. But I want to be honest with you about what happened. I think we do women a disservice when we tell the story of stopping the performance like it's all liberation and like this ray of light. Because for me, and I suspect for a lot of women, before the liberation, there was a lot of discomfort in discerning and like real discomfort in discerning. Can you identify with this? Because when you have been performing for a long time, the performances starts to feel like protection. And when you stop performing, you start being very protected. And that exposure, even when you choose it, even when it is the right thing, takes some getting used to. Some people did not know what to do with the unfiltered version of themselves. Sometimes, I can say for myself, some people who have been perfectly comfortable with the managed version and not uncomfortable in the managed version stop showing up. And I had to make peace with that. I had to accept that point. I had to accept in some relationships were built on the performance and could not survive the person underneath it. That was hard. I am not going to pretend it was not. And here is what I've not experiencing. I was not experiencing the relief, like it was just like this emptiness that just felt off from the bottom of me. And I was just like, okay. Now later, almost immediately, even in the middle of the discomfort, like there's was this like, but like unmistakable like relief of a sense of like relief, like something that I had been carrying for a long time very heavily. Um, like a muscle I've been holding tight for, and it finally was like it just eased the pain and it gave me the permission to release it. Like I could breathe in a way I had not fully breathed. And then I wanted to admit that's what was happening to me. Performing is exhausting. I think we forget how exhausting it actually is until we stop doing it, until we feel the contrast, like, until we experience what it feels like to not be managing something consistently, to not be thinking three moves ahead and how it's going to land, to not be editing ourselves in real time because we act as a conference or in our room, in our spaces. It is so much work. Oh God. And we do it so automatically that we forget we're doing it until we actually stop, until we see someone else mimicking it. And you're like, you know what I realized? I should just say, like, that's me. When you start performing, something interesting happens in your relationships. Something interesting totally happens. The ones that were built on performances start to feel like a little less comfortable, a little more distant, because the thing that connected you, the version of you they knew, is no longer the version that is showing up. And that creates a gap, sometimes a painful one. Mm. But the relationships that could hold the real version of you, those get deeper. Those don't go nowhere at all. Those get more honest. They become the kind of connection where you can actually exhale. You can actually be known, not just seen, but really known. And the knowing to talk about what stop performing did from my relationships and myself, because I think that is the part that surprises me the most. When you start managing how you come across to other people, you start paying more attention to how you actually feel, what you actually think, what you actually want, because you're no longer outsourcing your sense of self to the room's reaction or your circumference. You're no longer letting response to you tell you who you are. You are building that from the inside, and that the internal construction of identity, that is not dependent on external validation. That is one of the most stabilizing things a woman can experience. We'll talk about 50 being in the middle because I am 50. I am in the middle. And I don't know if it clicked for me like in my late 40s. And I want to say that I stopped performing at 50. But I definitely know that that was the time that I did. And and lost some relationships. I gained deeper ones. I felt exposed before I felt free. I felt the relief because I fully understood what I had been released from. And I discovered parts of myself that I didn't imagine as talents for years. I found which people in my life actually knew me and then which ones that only knew the performance part of me. And I found out something about myself that I think is the most important thing of all. The unperformed version of me, the one that does not calibrate, manages, and edits themselves. Oh, she's something. I can actually live with, man. I'm telling you. Someone I actually enjoy spending a great deal of time with. And I haven't changed total amount of enough, but I just took out a lot of, it's fun to sometimes say, you've been hiding me for so long. You almost forgot you was there. But she is there the whole time. Oh yeah, I was there. And so are you. Underneath whatever performance you have been sustaining, the version of yourself you have been presenting, the real one is still there, waiting patiently for exactly this kind of permission. You are allowed to perform to surprise you. And knowing yourself is not selfish. It is so necessary. Check yourself so you can be yourself. This is looking at you. You already know this is an empowerment